the moments of pleasure, frankly, were many. Just to quote a few, let me start from the back end where we are, procuring products. One of our employees went from Rajasthan to Uttranchal, right? And everything is locked down. Imagine. He went from Rajasthan to Uttranchal to buy wheat, right? And he rode trucks. He went into trucks. He would take a lift and, ride to the next point, then take another lift, etc. I don't know whether that is necessary to do, but that was the kind of passion that he had. He went to Uttranchal to buy wheat. He was able to accomplish that. In fact, when he reached Uttranchal, there was some paperwork required, which he, it wasn't ready, and he had to stay in the premises of one of our wheat suppliers for a week, right? So those were the kind of, that was, from a procurement standpoint. From a factory standpoint, in our factory in Gujarat, we have a factory in Jhagadia, and I'm just giving you one example. There are hundreds of examples like this. The factory manager, the production manager, all of them, they were not getting workers to come and work in the factory. So they went to all the adjoining villages. They invited all the sarpanches from these villages to the factory to show them what kind of standard operating practices that they had on safety, hygiene, because these villages were not allowing workers to come because they thought that if workers went, they would come back with COVID and they would infect the entire village, right? So they invited them, they brought them in, they showed them what the standard operating practices were, and finally got workers to come to run the factory, right? Marketing people who were at home, and obviously there was no marketing happening at that point in time, they got together and they did a survey with almost 1,000 retailers and distributors. They started to call them on a daily basis to check on whether they were getting stocks, what was in stock, what was not in stock, etc. And they were presenting it to me every 3 days on what was the status in which city, right? And similarly, the sales guys, there were sales guys who walked kilometers to get to the distributor point. There were sales guys who, took stocks on their motorcycles or in their cars to deliver it to retailers, right? So that was the kind of passion, and that was a complete pleasure to see. There were contract packers who did such a wonderful job. There were distributors who were going out of their way to make sure that, if Britannia was doing what they were to get them stocks, they exceeded that and they would get the stock to the customers in the market. So all that, we were able to create a wave which was a beautiful, view from where I was. And I'm really proud of it.